Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott at ToyHypeUSA.com. Today I am taking a look at the newly released Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures Man Ray figure from NECA Toys. I picked him up during that horrible expensive event called Haulathon, and he is inspired from the vintage Archie comic book series. He is a member of the Mighty Mutanimals, and he is also up for pre-order now with our sponsors. So if you're looking to pre-order, check out the links off of ToyHypeUSA.com. He comes in a window box here with some beautifully done artwork, especially the Turtles logo. You'll also notice that on the sides, it looks like a comic book issue 2, which is a very nice touch. That is on the upper left, Nickelodeon logo on the upper right there. On the side, you have a really nice image of him from the comic, and another one on the other side. And on the back, you have a look at him in various poses. And just below that, you have a look at some additional characters that were also released during Haulathon. Slash was released before that, but Jaguar and Dreadmon are also released, and they're also up for pre-order now with our sponsors. I am going to open this up, and let's take a closer look. But first, let me show you guys the names of all the great people at NECA Toys responsible for bringing this figure together. Here's a look at the figure and accessories inside the plastic trays. Here's your in-hand look at Man Ray. He is a mutated Stingray, and he is also a bit stylized and not 100% based off the comic, but this format has been working extremely well for the Turtles line, which we've seen in the classic cartoon, as well as various other comic-inspired offering figures. Man Ray comes with blue skin, and you also see a little bit of black shading. He also comes in a yellow, green, and white swimsuit, I'm going to call it, which you see there. Blue boots with a white stripe and some black lines there. And also green and yellow wristbands. Here is a look at the back of the wings. You see the black shading, as well as the tail that you have to assemble. This tail is ball jointed, so a lot of different ways to pose that. Head sculpt on him is the open mouth, which is very nicely done. Let's take a closer look at that. So you see the interior details of the mouth, especially the tongue back there, the white teeth with some black lines in between, and you see some black behind the tongue. The eyes also very nicely done, white with black pupils there, and some more black shading on the head. Above that, you see, I'm going to call them antennas, very nicely done. They are made of a little bit of soft plastic, so you can bend them a little bit, but just be very careful when doing so. Here's a look at the other head sculpt. This head has a closed mouth with a grin. Also, the eyes are in a different position. Same great details, though. Bringing this in closer for you guys, as you see there. Underneath the wings, which I forgot to show you initially, he has a lot of that same great detail as the front with the swimsuit, green and yellow with white and black stripes there. And here's a pose for you guys, so an option to display them. Being a member of the Mighty Mutanimals, you really got to be tough. So this pose here shows off his muscle tone. Man Ray includes a handful of accessories, including 3 additional interchangeable hands, which you see there. He also includes a alternate head sculpt, Bubba figure, which is non-articulated, a sea turtle, and a harpoon gun. Here's a look at one set of his interchangeable hands. Each of the fingers are sculpted apart as shown. These hands here are his open grip, capable of holding onto the harpoon gun. Here's a look at his last set of interchangeable hands. These are a little bit of an open grip, or a wide grip, I really should say. The fingers are sculpted apart a tiny bit. Here's a closer look at the harpoon gun. It is painted in a light brown and a light gray. The harpoon gun can be held in its open grip hand, as I've showed you guys before. Here's another look at it. The trigger finger doesn't actually fit on the trigger. It just hangs off to the side. But he's got a fairly okay grip on it. It won't fall off too easily on its own. Here's a look at him holding the harpoon gun in the other hand. He also includes Bubba as well as a sea turtle. Both are non-articulated figures. However, they do have a lot of great detail. Bubba has these lobster claws hands, for example, and they really did a nice job capturing his likeness. This little antenna up on top made of soft plastic. Nicely done facial details, as you can see. These fins right in the front. Nicely done details on the chest as well. Let's take a look at his back. He's got a fin on the back, a tail with some nice details as well. The sea turtle, also very nicely done. Facial details are pretty basic on him. However, turning him, looking at his stomach, some nice details down there. And let's take a look at his shell. Very nice. These lumps are actually sculpted on, not just painted, which is a nice touch. Here's another look at his head. And finally, his articulation. Being part of the Turtles line, I think you guys basically know what to expect as far as that. Ball jointed head, full range of motion, ball hinge shoulders, swivel biceps, hinge elbows, swivel hinge wrists, ball jointed torso, ball jointed hips, full range of motion. He also has double hinge knees, hinged and rocker ankles, and on the back he has a ball jointed tail which snaps on. Here's a comparison of him along with Flash, who was also inspired from the Archie comic line. Here is a look at the back, just for your reference. Overall, Man Ray is a phenomenal figure, a great addition to the Archie line, and I think fans are going to love him. My recommendation would be to pick him up. I know some fans aren't too sure if they want to get started on the Archie run, but I am loving what I'm seeing, and I think fans will love it. I am Anthony Scott at ToyHypeUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more coverage and reviews, and make sure to follow us on YouTube. Thanks a lot.